All right. Good morning, everyone. It's Facebook time with Cherry Divine, and it's our new topic deep dive. Welcome, Cherry.
Hi, how are you doing today, Nancy?
I'm great. And how are you and Mr. Flint?
Well, both improving. I'm going to hold the little boy up. Well, I guess I don't have to really hold him up too much. This little guy was, he's going to talk a little bit. He does the little growl going, "Rrr." We do this. This is part of our thing. Anyway, he ate something last week that made him incredibly ill. 2 trips to the vet later, and he's finally getting back to normal. So I'm going to ask each and every person out there to send him some loving, healing energy, because this little guy's used to being a fireball, bouncing out the walls, and all he's done is laid around for, well, about a week now. And now he's wishing I hadn't messed with his little nap that he had going on. So healing energy to the boy.
I love his pink blanket.
He got a hand-me-down. This was a hand-me-down from the girls, but he says he doesn't care. He's secure in his masculinity.
And it's cozy.
That's it. It's warm. That's all he really cares about. So,
yeah,
we're talking about you. Yeah. Yes, we are. So this is not the deep dive conversation. This is all about Flint today. He'll be
well, and it is all about Flint, so that's good. It's good that we acknowledge it.
That's true.
All right. I want to welcome Nancy and Kat and Gay Wynn, who's sending healing energy to Flint. Love and hugs. Thank you. Yes, he's a sweet, sweet boy, and we want him back to perfect health.
Well, this little guy's so skinny to begin. I have to feed him 3 times a day and give him snacks. Otherwise, it looks like I'm starving him, and I have him on a high, the high good for you dog food, all of that stuff that's supposed to really put, some meat on the ribs. Well, he has no meat on his ribs, and that poor little guy starts losing weight, and he looks like a skeleton. And so he needs meat on his ribs. That's what he needs.
And we've got Michelle and Andrea joining us. So let's get started with a topic today. We've been talking a lot, the last few weeks, in fact, about the energy that kind of the disrupted energy ending the year, starting the new year. And so let's talk a little bit about that, Cherry. And what is your idea about this? What's going on?
Not a darn thing. I have no clue.
Okay.
Just
Next
kidding.
topic.
Yeah. Well, the energy and we've been going through this for many years, but the last 2 to 3 have been very, very intense, up to from 2015 to 2018. And that energy was the energy to go deep inside and really look at what doesn't serve you anymore. And this is happening globally, worldwide, in some framework. And so it's come up, but it's a heavier energy. It's an older energy. It's that energy that wants to hold on and keep you in those spaces and places that don't support who you are anymore. They don't even serve who you are anymore. So we're moving out of that energy and then into this higher, it says, more light developed energy. So we have a conflict going on. It's like somebody put a wall down, and this energy is going here, and then this energy is here, and it smacks into each other. So it's caused a lot of disruptions in people's lives. Not everybody's, but many, myself included. I'm the one that had the carry-all dropped on my head in the middle of December, and still having, effects from that. And so I was really looking at it because I know we attract things to us, and I was going, my gosh, what was I doing? And again, I have people calling me and saying the same type of thing. I don't know what's going on. Why am I attracting this? It's really harsh. It's really hard. And some people are saying, I don't even want to go on. And it's understanding this is just an adjustment period that we've moved into an energy that is clearer, it's purer. Kat contacted me the other day and she asked me, she says, truthfully, she asked me if I've had ringing in my eyes and that it was even higher, which we laughed about because she meant ears. And there again, even the communications that are coming in through sound are more intense and everything's to catch our attention. So no, it's very interesting. As soon as I started talking about this, about the ringing in the ears, all of a sudden that fear feeling, that I'm scared feeling that comes up, hit right above the second chakra and below the power chakra in that intestinal area where you say you have butterflies in your stomach. That's not mine. That's someone else out there. It's not to be worried about this time. It's not to be fearful of this time. It's just to support yourself and look at what no longer serves you, because it's being released. And part of that energy conflict is from that release. So that.
And let's go into this a little bit more. How do people go take a look at what no longer serves them? Do you have some strategies, some ideas for how? What does this mean? Take a look at what no longer. What does that mean?
What does it mean? It looks at all the. It's time to get really, really honest with ourselves. And, people even say, what does that mean? I'm always honest with myself. Well, no, there's times we put up barriers and walls that we are unwilling to go through. So it's, sit down, write out, behaviors. Just put it out there, what doesn't serve me, behaviors, thoughts, ideas, and just let whatever comes come. Start looking into supportive groups, like-minded people. I know we're getting ready to start a series, because so many people, for various reasons, will feel as if they have to do this alone. A lot of my clients say, I have nobody to talk to because my family thinks, that's nuts. I'm afraid to say something about my friends. I won't be accepted. There's many, many, many of us out there that are more than willing to reach our hands out and have a connection. And so it's allowing that to happen. One of the things they're showing too is people are comfortable with this. They're used to that feeling of, lack of being understood and not being able to voice themselves freely. Now, one of the things we're going to tell you right here and right now, that is a way for you to keep yourself shut down, shut away. It keeps you in that safety point in which you give yourself a denial system that does not allow you to grow. It doesn't allow you to step forward, but this is a safety mechanism. And all you're doing is looking deeper inside of the self, deeper into the essence of all that you are and the knowledge base you are. It is the fear point of reaching into that and having the life change in exponential ways. Do not hold the self back, dearest ones. Do not hold the self back. Allow yourself to reach past those comfort levels and the idea of the comfortable reality you are living in, even when you feel absolutely crushed and distorted by this reality. It is time to allow yourself to reach deeper inside and bring out more of the essence of you. So what they're showing is some people, that holding back their voice, holding back, the communications not accepted, nobody will hear them, afraid to speak their truth, is because it's a reflection of how they are and what they are, doing to themselves. And it has more is a fear of, wow, where will this take me? How will my world change? And then somebody's out there saying, but what if it isn't real and what if I fail? See, this is why it's so important to have supportive groups, because otherwise you stay too much up in the head and not stay into the heart of who you are, the essence of who you are, and just hold yourself back. So I see Nancy's thinking. She's like this, and she's listening, and I know she's got something going on. So not a thing. She says, no, I'm just listening. And so, my mistake.
Well, again, you said reach deeper inside and bring out the essence of you. And so I'm going to, this is going to be my message today, is how do we do that? How do we do that? I love the idea of being with like-minded people, and we are, we've got a number of people with us today. Teresa's joined us, Kelly's joined us, Sherry's joined us, so I'm so happy you all have joined us. And what Cherry was alluding to earlier is that we're going to be putting together a group, a membership, so that we can participate together, probably a Facebook group where people can interact on their own with each other so that you don't feel alone, but also so that Cherry can be there, can share messages, whatever we come up with to do in there. So that's one way, is to really feel empowered by the collectiveness of being supported by and supporting others. But what are other ways that people can, as you said, reach deeper inside and bring out the essence of you?
Well, here's the thing. While you're talking, Nancy, and this is coming from a collective force of the individuals that are being pulled to watch this, is that feeling of fear, the butterfly feeling in the stomach, has not left, and it is actually residing in many people's in areas they're not aware of. So what I'd like everybody to do in this moment is just to close their eyes and then take a deep breath and hold it in the heart chakra, and just feel the heart chakra grow. Now exhale. And exhale out all of that worry and all of that fear, all of the discomfort. Again, take a deep breath all the way into the heart chakra and feel the energy of love grow and touch every cell, every molecule, every particle of you, seeing and feeling your perfection. And exhale out all of that worry, all of that fear, all of that does not support you. And now, one more time, take a deep breath into the heart chakra and feel the essence of all that you are, this sparkling, beautiful, divine, magnificent creator, unstoppable. Hold that energy, let it hit every particle of you, waking up the light that lives within, and exhale out what no longer serves you. There we go. Finally, that energy left. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of scared, don't know where to go. I think it might be spooky. Oh, good. See, that's it. How do you touch the essence of you? You just did. Again, you're attracted to different things that will support and assist you in releasing old blocked energy, doubts, worries, belief systems that do not support, the infinite being that you are. And it's allow yourself, when you find yourself finding an excuse not to do it, I want you to start questioning what the real reason is you're not reaching out to another. How does it support no movement by staying in a point of isolation or a point of distraction in the mind? I go through this too, and it's a remembering we're all here assisting each other. It's people will ask me about guides and messengers and angels. How do they get information to you? And they're going to use anything you will pay attention to. So look at information that comes to you. It doesn't matter if it comes to you from reading material that matches up with the television, which matches up with the music. It doesn't matter. But look at the underlying message. What it is that is actually the base of the message. And then, okay, breathe. Come on and breathe. Instantly, several of you went right into your head and started looking at all of this. And when you're doing this, you start holding your breath. What is breath to mankind or humankind? It's life. you don't have breath, you don't have life. When we start holding or altering our breath, that means we're stopping a part of the life, the divine life flow from coming in. So breathe, pay attention to those signals. It's like, went into a point, got trapped in the head, go back to the heart, open the throat. It says, this is it. Is you guys? It's being connected right now. I'm feeling each one or many of you, and as one spot starts to move, there's an energy block here. Then one goes here, and so if it actually resonates to you, allow it to be something that assists you to send light into your throat chakra, your heart chakra, up into your head. So, how do you do it? Okay, guys, this is a personal thing for me here because they're going serendipity. And the word serendipity, I even ate or had tea in a little restaurant that started it with the word serendipity. And then I got a fortune cookie that night that told me it was time for me to be spontaneous, and it had the word serendipity with an exclamation point. And so, and then it came up again and again. So for me, they're showing, this word is coming in, and it holds a larger message than what I'm seeing. So when things like this happen, question it. It's like, wow, this is it. Don't make it hard work. Let the rest of the message flow to you. But please look at the ways that you hold yourself back by old thinking. If your mind is just spinning and you're not staying grounded, you're not staying focused, and that happens a lot for all of us, take time. Go lean up against a tree if it's not pouring rain. I have a thing about not leaning up against trees and pouring rain. Find a way to anchor in and then become comfortable and ask what's going on with you.
Now, we had a cat made a comment, and so I'm going to share that. That one of her favorite ways to go deeper is to make time to just sit and listen to my body, and maybe next to a tree. Listen to my body, emotions, thoughts, and keep being very aware of who I am and how I am operating. For example, what has my focus? And this includes searching out the subconscious programs.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. And I love it. She says to the who I am. And that's it. Ask yourself, who am I? Her heart chakra is just vibrating. I can just feel it. There's so much love going on. And it's also, and this is the great thing about connecting with others, it's not getting so attached to everything that's going on, because there again, we're in our heads and we're rewriting the old scripts or the old stories. Oh my gosh, this one's a little on the fun side. It just says, ask yourself, who am I? And then start writing out who you are. And let it just go and go and go. I saw an exercise the other day that I absolutely adored. And it isn't mine, but I'm going to grab it and use it because I do believe this is something that's perfect to be shared. And it is have two people standing and looking at each other and ask, what is the same? Ask, what is the same about you that is the same about me? And the first thing people notice is the difference. And the other person goes, okay, yes, this is what's different, but look deeper. What is the same? And again, go through the mind talk and keep going down until you actually energetically connect. And then you find the unity, the oneness of all of us. And I thought that was just beautiful. But do this with yourself too. Who am I? And then go deeper and deeper and deeper to who are you? You are blessed love and blessed light. You are the divine perfection. You are the all that is and the is that's all. You are life. In movement of every moment. Allow yourself to travel past the walls of the illusions of this thought about reality and go into the beingness of you. It isn't that you will lose this. you will gain more. For you see, you will then come to love the perfection of this physicality, this physical life that you have chosen, and reawaken at the knowledge basis of why you chose to come to this reality in this time. Many of you search so very hard for this, yet play it as a game, the who am I? What am I bringing? What is my delight? How do I delight others? Let yourselves ask questions. Now again, if you were not listening to us in this moment, would you have thought of this on your own? For some, yes. For some, no. Yet you've been called together in this supportive group, which enhances the fields of light. So you see how it benefits when you choose to connect and not to stay as only one, for each and every one is all of the all there is. You are we, and we are you. Delight in this, children. So they're having a little fun with us today. I was telling Nancy I haven't really felt like myself, since the bag got dropped on my head, And so I love it when we move into this energy and it actually brings me back to that sense of feeling like me. And, and it takes away some of the, oh my gosh, another day to go through. So, yeah.
Let me share some of the comments we've been getting. This is great. So Teresa, I've done that exercise before, and it's a great one. You can do it with the mirror as well. So,
Ooh.
The who am I? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
We gotta quit moving your neck so much there, kid.
I know, all of a sudden it went, ouch.
Gay Wynn wrote, I am an outpost of the divine. We all are. I love that, an outpost.
I know, that is great.
An outpost in the wilderness. Kelly, when I am slipping into the less than mentality, I try to remind myself that I deserve to live loving myself instead of living to be loved by others. Wow, this helps me to focus on who I am.
And I'm going to rip a word right out of there. Honey, you aren't trying anything. You are doing. Yeah, let's claim this.
All right.
Yes.
I don't try to remind myself. I do remind myself.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I talk to people about this trying word, and the way I tell people is if you think of a tightrope walker, and when you're trying, you're that tightrope walker that has the net underneath. And I can slip on this side, that side, I'm going to be caught. Well, the doing, when you throw that trying out, the doing is that tightrope walker without the net. And you actually claim the action. And you are doing. And, if we think about it, and this is one of the words that gets in our way, it actually holds us in our smallness. And there's no judgment in this. I catch myself. I always, when something like this comes up for me, I'm going, uh-oh, what's going on with me? It's a way to say, I'm not enough. I can only try. Honey, you and all others are more than enough. You are radiant, sparkling light of the divine. You are perfection. You are the music of life in motion. You see how beautiful that all is? Draw that into the self and hold it. They're showing me, there's a picture I posted on Facebook of this beautiful rainbowy starry thing, or light
Clouds.
thing. Yes, clouds, stars, clouds, whatever. They sparkle and shine. That's what they're showing. Is understand that we are that magical, musical light that just flows and goes with all of life. So, yeah.
I really like that.
You and me too. Yeah. I'm loosening up a little bit, guys. So, I do want to let everybody know all of that love that you're sending, Flint. He's actually feeling it. I can feel his body relaxing. It is just all of a sudden he's curled up, and he is about as relaxed as he's been a week. So thank you for a week. Yeah, he's like, oh, he's definitely been a mama's dog, let me tell you.
There was a quote that you had shared with me that you saw through on your Facebook feed, and I'm going to read it and see whether it fits in with what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
The habits you created to survive will no longer serve you when it's time to thrive. Get out of survival mode. New habits, new life.
It fits with everything we're in right now. With the new energy that's here, a lot of people, breathe. Don't worry about the new energy. You chose to be in it. You chose to be here for this time, and that's where you get to claim you and say, whoa, in the magnificence of me, I chose this discomfort. What was I thinking? Earlier in life, before you stepped into any awareness on a conscious level, you learned behaviors and patterns that got you by, that kept you with this idea of safety, that you needed protection, surviving. When you're surviving, you cannot thrive because you stay at a still point. Nothing is able to come in. All of those walls and all of that armor, everything that's been erected to keep out the knowledge you're more than you believed you were, and that life is quite beautiful. When you start to, the old self that's holding up these walls it starts to feel the change, starts to do this, and automatically pulls up this, what's going to happen next? I got to get safe. Notice how the arms go over the heart chakra and up the middle? And so recognize when that happens, because you're going to do a behavior. You're going to have a certain thought that's been with you forever. There's a pattern that you will do that negates or blocks people out. That's survival mode. And just becoming aware of it and going, that's all it is, I can let it go, allows you to thrive. Thriving in life is allowing yourself to feel the expansion of all that you are, to feel the beauty, and not just feel it, but touch it and be it here in life. And so that's the goodness of it. Surviving stops you from thriving. You can't do both. They're showing the person surviving is the person that closes their eyes, plugs their nose, holds their breath, and goes under the water. Well, then they got to come up because everything's shut down and they can't breathe. The person who's thriving is the person who puts on the face mask, has the snorkel or the air tanks, and goes in comfortably and is there to enjoy everything that's there. So when you feel that, stop, take deep breaths in and say, okay, what's going on with me? I went into survival. Now I want to thrive. What can I change? What can I do? How do I do it? And let the essence come up and answer it and draw you to what's perfect for you.
So then, maybe the disrupted energy that we've been experiencing at the end of the year and the beginning of the new is our survival.
Mm-hmm.
And what we are now moving into for the new year is the new energy of thrival.
Oh, I like that. I like that, thrival. That's fun. This is something I knew when I was a little girl. And, I would have these thoughts at 5, 6, and 7. What the hell? Oh, you just had your answer, honey. You guys didn't see it. I did. Her lights are blinking. And so, little girl, what I knew is everything's made up. All of our words. We didn't come in with dictionaries and encyclopedias. We came in and just kind of had thought transference, intuition that connected, psychic connections, empathetic connections, this sort of thing. The words came later. Somebody made a sound and decided to attach it to something. And that became that something. And everybody believed it was. So we have a new word to put in the dictionary. This new word is thrival. And what does it mean? Moving beyond survival. We just created our word. I like that. Well, you created the word. So, yeah, I can go with that.
Oh, great. I'm going to read the comments. And Kelly, oh, wow, that I am not enough snuck itself right in there again. Thanks for the word reminder. So, right, when you just reminded her about the try, she got the, oh, I'm not enough. And then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which we all do, Kelly. I just want to remind you, we all do it.
Well, and for me, when I shifted, and it was such a big way, automatically the way I spoke changed. And there weren't the words that took away from me. It was, kind and supportive and loving. So and it wasn't questioning, and it wasn't the ifs and the tries. Automatically, when I hear one of those sentences come out of my mouth, I know something's going on with me. Instead of going, uh-oh, bad girl, it's like, okay, what's going on with me? Taking that moment. But it also put in place a beautiful supportive sentence, and you notice we always address serious subjects, or what feels like serious subjects, or deep subjects, yet invariably there's laughter, humor. And it's, one of the things my group said is that humankind makes it so very hard, and it truthfully is not hard work. And you move further and faster with love, laughter, and joy. Let it be a splendid adventure when you look out at it as if it is adventurous, not something to worry about, not something to dread, not something to watch out for. The world, your world, opens up, it expands. And you remember, you are the miracle of life. And you become more joyous. And that joy opens you up where you will reach out to others and engage and assist them in re-engaging, not just with life, but the life of who they are. We want this to be a beatific exercise in understanding your abilities, understanding your perfection, the understanding of you are creating. Do you not wish to create with love? Do you not wish to create with joy? And do you not wish to create with laughter? Of course you are, all wanting to. It is only the old that has told you that it must be done in a different hard work way. Again, that is what you are shaking off. There you go, like a dog with a wet coat. You shook off it. Divine perfection. I didn't know what today was going to bring, because truthfully, the mind felt quite empty for most of the last week. I thought, what are we going to talk about? And this is the perfect part of it. And this is the way the workshops always went, or whatever it was, the retreats I was doing. It's like, I wonder what I'm going to talk about. And invariably, they come in, and we come in, and it's exactly what it is that's perfect for us in this moment, in this time. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Chocolate ice cream and yeah, I know, breakfast.
And the phone's ringing. Yay!
Hey, somebody's calling us and saying hi. Let's all send them some love and light. It's probably a spam caller. Let's send them some. No, it isn't. Well, let's send them some love and light anyway, just because they're a caller. They decided to join us. Yeah, that's okay. I have my phone over here. I actually remembered to put it on quiet. But, my home phone, I cannot turn off. And so I'll be in the middle of a session, and it gets the beep ins, and it's like, okay, we'll have patiently go through this beep in and then see what our attention was brought to at that moment. So.
Well, it's my vet calling to say that I can go pick up some new eye drops for my dog. So, beginning and ending the show talking about our dogs, right?
There we go. They're very important to us.
They're the best.
Yes, they are. What I have found out about my dog, this beautiful little min pin that's filled with energy. is he will eat anything in sight that he should not eat because it doesn't agree with his stomach. He will not eat Pepto-Bismol, which dogs can take. He does not like the tablet that helps his stomach that the vet sent, or the puppy Pepto-Bismol. Now, he shakes his head, acts like I'm torturing, yet he will eat the nastiest thing on the ground. Yeah. Now, what is that telling me? I have to think about this. What's the message in that?
Well, dogs are just like us.
Mm-hmm. Well, and a lot of times our animals will actually, give us information of what's going on within us too. So I got to look at, okay, what am I pulling in that isn't necessarily great for me, that upsets my energy field, and what am I resisting that is extremely beneficial for me, that supports my thrival. Well, now we're going to look at this not as a disruption, but it actually accented what I just said. It drew the attention right to this moment. Now, it could have been used as a distraction. Took away. And so if it did, bring your attention back. What are we negating that is supporting us? What are the behaviors, the patterns, the thoughts, the old beliefs that are keeping us in this point of not being able to move? And what's really beneficial for us that we are resisting? Why are we resisting our Pepto-Bismol?
So Teresa just wrote, try charcoal biscuits.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got... This dog has so many things. He's got the medication that the vet gave him, and then a friend of mine sent some really good stomach stuff for the dogs, and that goes in his food. And then I was down at Petco, and there's some pumpkin stuff. I mean, all of it's to benefit his little tummy. So he eats everything but the Pepto and all of this. The charcoal biscuits, well, we'll try those next. I'm going to let him get through some of those. But I have to say, I did get some of the charcoal toothpaste, and I really like that stuff. So ways to use charcoal other than burning it and affecting the atmosphere. Keep people employed. I don't know that I'd want to go in one of those mines, so ooh.
The charcoal pulls out the toxins. All right.
Yay.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I am feeling a winding down of things.
Yes.
Do you have any final messages about our moving from surviving to thriving?
Oh my goodness. The outpost. All of a sudden they just showed where Gawain used she is an outpost, is see yourself, and you said wilderness. And because some people feel like that's exactly where they are, they may be in the home with their family, their friends, but they feel they're out in a wilderness by themselves. So see yourself as an outpost. See yourself as a column of light that's holding light and change and being the beacon of light for others and the voice and actions of change. Live it, be it, and you're going to find those that you thought were resisting, or somebody says denouncing you, all of a sudden has a shift in awareness of their own too. To change means to actually change cannot come if you hold on to the old beliefs, because the energy is focused in the old. So focus your energy on change. What do you want to see in this world? What do you want to have happen in this world, in your life? And be that change.
Well, focus on what it is that we want, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for the most part, the people that connect here, we're choosing to live in a way that supports all of life and sends love to all of life and clears the planet of the disruption of what we call the negative. Let the beauty and light, your beauty and light, be seen by all others. Be the beauty and light that assist in claiming this energy of love and support. We started to say the newness of this, but it is not new at all. Many of you recognize it quite easily and quite readily. There are some are resisting it due to memories through lifetimes past in which the light existed, the beauty existed, and then the idea of corruption came and seemed to steal it all away. And that is only but 1 or 2 or 50 bazillion lifetimes that you have experienced. This does not have to be the same. It is not a unique feeling. It is only resonating to what is living at the centermost point of you, and that is love, beyond the measures of humankind's mind. So when you are feeling as if you are not enough of, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not this enough, not that enough, not enough, not enough, and it keeps coming into your world and you keep undermining all that you are doing, take a deep breath and feel the enoughness of you. Accept the enoughness of you. Accept the divine, for you are the divine life force. So there we have it.
Sounds good.
Before we wind down, all of a sudden now I know what I was going to say. I get grounded really quick, just so I'd say this is one. When we do this beautiful group that we're getting ready to do, we will be looking at, where we are, who's going through what or whatever. And, you'll find that these topics will be addressed in ways that support everybody. But I am going to be in Eugene this weekend at the Marriott.
Springfield.
Oh, I'm going to be in Springfield. I keep saying Eugene. To me, they're all the same. But I will be, and the information's on my website. So if you are in Springfield, Eugene, Junction, say anywhere around there.
Oregon.
It's in Oregon. If you want to drive up from California, which I actually have had people do. The first Rossani Fair, I was able to participate in the little Grange Hall here in Albany. I had a client from San Francisco drive up for a reading, which I thought was one of the highest compliments I could have. So anyway, I will be there. Information's on my website. I'm not grounded enough to be able to tell you the name of it, so just visit the website.
All right, and we're going to read a last comment from Gay Wynn, resonating and tingling. Thank you for the encouragement, accepting the thrival I am worthy of. So that's brilliant.
There we go.
And for people that want to continue and remind and to schedule a one-on-one session with you, I put the website on the screen right now, cherrydivine.com services. You can just go to cherrydivine.com, and we have the list of where Cherry is, and that you can find that on the website as well.
And I'm having this idea float in my head of doing a small retreat over on the Oregon coast sometime in like July. It's coming in. I keep getting pulled to it. So,
that's right. I forgot to reply to that.
Yeah, so that's okay.
I needed to look at my calendar, and I wasn't near it, so I totally forgot.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, well, that's okay, because I just grabbed dates out of thin air. And it's close to home for those who have had trouble going, challenges, not trouble, but challenges getting to like Mount Shasta or Hawaii, and those are coming up too. So we're just, just seeing and being and creating. So There we go.
I want to thank everyone that's joined us today. Sherry just made a comment. Kat just made a comment. Thank you all. Have a great day. And I just want to thank everyone who's joined us and made comments in the chat, because it's really helpful for us to know what you're thinking, to know that you're here and that the message is resonating with you.
Yes, and next week we'll have put your questions out, because next week's the Q&A, and so I just stirring it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're just going to alternate and see how this works for a while. All right, everyone, we want to thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's called expansion and growth. So anyway, yes, thank you. See you next week, or read from you next week.
All right, everybody, thanks so much.
Mm-hmm.